And we are live. So today we are making a quick cookie bark that's a perfect like last minute treat before Christmas. I can't believe Christmas is already next week. This season has completely flown by. But for anyone who doesn't do baking very much or just wants something really quick and easy, I love making a good cookie bark. So that's what we're working with today. And I decided to do this one inspired by hot cocoa. So we're going to start with doing our melts. We do like a cup and a half of each. I'm doing two different types of melts. So with this one, this is dark melting wafers by Sweet Shop. And then the other one I'm going to do is one of my absolute favorites, particularly for hot chocolate bombs. And it's the 1101 Dark Deluxe, which is a European coating compound. And the flavor on these ones is just so good. So I'm doing like a 50-50 ratio. And so we're doing about 3 cups, which I believe should be enough. I don't always measure out, but I wanted to make sure that I had approximate amounts for everything we're doing today to make it a little bit easier for anyone that wants to make it. So we're gonna start to melt these down in our microwave. And I'm gonna start with like 30 seconds or so. I prefer to go in shorter increments just to make sure that nothing burns and all that kind of stuff. So we also already have our cookies lined up in the pan, but I want to fill in these little spaces. So I'm going to cut a couple cookies in half. And whilst you're waiting for a melt, I'm going to do that. We will have to melt, of course, in a couple increments, but I like to use a serrated knife and then just kind of saw that cookie in half. Might need a couple more, but let's check on our melts first. Just a teeny bit of melting starting there. But definitely, I'm going to do another 30 seconds because there's barely anything going on. Okay, I'm going to cut another couple cookies here, and then we should have enough to finish our cookie layer. And these are just like the classic Oreos, but of course you could also use the holiday Oreos with the red filling, but those are a little bit thicker. So I like to use these for cookie bark because the other ones can be a little bit too thick with the filling. And then you have to use like a ton of milk to be able to completely cover everything. Okay. Oh, check on our melts before we go on to our next step. A little bit more, but still definitely need quite a bit. So I'm going to do another 30 seconds. Okay. And then we're filling in the space with our cookies here. Our little half cookies. I'm gonna try and fit them in over here if I can too. Okay, so we filled in our pan, and let's check on our melts once again. Okay, so we have a decent amount of melting, but we still definitely have some more to go. Okay, this time I'm gonna do probably 20 to 25 seconds, just reduce the time by a little bit. Of course, we don't want those melts to overheat. And then I'm also gonna I'm gonna do some sprinkles with this. Grab some of my festive sprinkles. I think I'm gonna do the Jimmy's today. And also we're gonna do some marshmallows. This is inspired by hot chocolate, of course. I'm resisting putting peppermint on it because I feel like I've put peppermint on quite a few things this season. Because that is, of course, one of my personal favorites for the season. Okay, let's check on this again. Let me know in the chat what kind of flavors are your favorite for the season. I know people that love gingerbread. It's not my personal favorite, but I feel like I've grown to appreciate it a little bit more. But I still definitely, one of the top faves is peppermint and chocolate. Okay, so we're stirring a little bit more just to see if that heat melts the residual pieces that have been left. Because if you're using melts like this, if you just keep melting or keep popping it in the microwave until they're completely melted without stirring enough, then that's when you can kind of like wind up with some streaks in your melts when it sets. And we don't want to do that. Okay, I think that did the trick. I'm not seeing anything. Let's see. Like a couple little pieces in there. A little more stirring. Stir, stir, stir. Might just be some air bubbles left at this point. All right, I think we look pretty good. Before we get started though, I'm going to get my sprinkles out. There's some big pieces that I want to separate out really quick. Like I want to, I don't think I want to include the Christmas trees. So I'm going to take those out really quick of this sprinkle mix because I can use those for another project. So we just want our sprinkles. And then to make this, of course, really to just do like a hot cocoa treat, all you need is like chocolate and marshmallows. So I have some mini marshmallows that we're going to sprinkle on top. But I want to do all of this stuff, make sure everything's prepped and ready to go on top, because once those melts start to set, then it makes it a little bit harder for everything to stick. So I want to make sure we're like ready to go with our toppings once we add those melts. Hello, thank you so much for joining and happy Friday. This is our last live before Christmas. Actually, our last live of the year, which is just crazy. I feel like this year flew by so fast. Oops, I'll leave that in there. Okay, just taking out our Christmas trees. Okay, still a few more hiding in there. I feel like I want to use these for a different project instead, which is why I'm separating them out. Oop, a ton of trees in this section. Ah. Okay, almost done. Couple more trees in there. Okay, so close. And then we can sprinkle. Okay, that looks good. I think I got everything. Okay, there's a ton of trees hidden here. Okay, they look pretty good. I'm not seeing any more trees. One more hidden in there. So now we are good to go. Okay. We get our bag of marshmallows ready here. Okay, that's just the mini marshmallows just stumbled here. Well, thanks for joining in. Happy Friday. We're making a hot cocoa inspired cookie bark. Really easy, last minute no bake treats. Make sure our melts are still melty and we're good on that. Put this little thing down here so this doesn't go slipping and sliding on me. Happy Friday. Thank you so much. Happy Friday to you if I didn't say it already. Okay, so now we're all ready to go. I also have my offset spatula because I like to use that to smooth it out. So now we can pour our melts on here and get rolling on wrapping it up. Looks super yummy. Oh, thank you so much. I mean, you can't really go wrong with Oreos. Hold on. I'll just remove somebody for being inappropriate. Okay. Okay, let's do this. Pouring all those melts on here. And like I said, this is about 3 cups of melts. And we ended up doing almost 2.5 dozen Oreos for our base. And offset spatula. I'm gonna smooth it out. What was the chat saying? Say Oreo backwards. Oreo? It's kind of, I don't know if that was right, but. Okay. Let's see, could you use chocolate morsels instead of melts? Oh, hey, do. That's a great question. I feel like you probably could. I haven't tried because I feel like I just always have a ton of melts on hand and I use the morsels for like cookies and stuff. But that's definitely something I should try out to let you guys know how that turns out at some point. Cookies go down. Stay down. I just want to make sure our cookies are as covered as possible. I probably could have added like another 1/2 cup of melts, but we're still good. I can see the melt starting to set a little bit though, so just in case that starts to happen, I have my kitchen torch. Be very careful. And constantly move so you don't burn the chocolate. But just to make sure that these stay nice and melty for adding our toppings. Okay. Just trying kind of smooth it out as much as we can. Okay, got a little bit excess here. I'll catch up in the chat in just a sec. Just trying to make sure I work quickly before these start to set too much. But of course we do have the kitchen torch just in case. Just to make sure they stay nice and melted. You can tell when they're setting because it gets like a matte kind of finish. So keep it nice and glossy and melty with our torch, but we want to keep moving it or else it will possibly burn our melts. I'm kind of tap the bottom to smooth it out a little bit. Oh, that's starting to set too. I feel like it's because it's so cold in here today. Stay melty for me. And these melts sometimes do set a little bit on the fast side, so I figured that might happen, but kind of smooth it out as much as we can. Okay, I think that looks pretty good. Once again, just a little bit more. I said my dog just got put down. Oh, I'm so sorry. Virtual hugs to you. I'm really sorry about that. Okay, this looks pretty good, and I'll catch up in the chat in just a sec once we add our toppings. So we're adding, just go crazy with mini marshmallows. That's like the signature way to do anything hot cocoa themed, is just chocolate and marshmallows. You could also probably use like the mini marshmallow bits like I do for the hot chocolate bombs. Put a little more spaces in there. Just cover the whole thing like crazy. I can tell some of the melts are starting to set, so I might need to attempt to re-melt just a little bit. Like I said, these melts are setting really fast today because it's so cold. If I work fast, then I won't toast the marshmallows. Toasted marshmallows are very tasty, but if you like toast them too early and don't have them right away, it gets kind of like a funny flavor after a while. Okay, we can like kind of press down on our marshmallows just to make sure they're gonna stick. And then we're gonna add our festive sprinkles just to finish this off. We could leave it plain, but this just will make it a little more fun. Got a little Salt Bay action up here. Go from a nice high spot so it kind of disperses a little bit better. You can use pretty much like any sprinkle, but I feel like sugar sprinkles get a little bit lost in these. So I would say either these or like a nonpareil, the little tiny colorful ball sprinkles would be great. I'm just gonna finish off the sprinkles in this bowl because why not? Okay. I'm gonna try to lightly remelt one more time just to make sure all of those sprinkles stick. But again, moving very quickly to make sure that nothing is burning. Okay. And then that's it, basically. We're just gonna let these completely set. Like I said, we wanna make sure everything can kind of press it down just to make sure it's stuck. And the sprinkles will stick pretty easily to it, so. Merry Christmas. I love seeing the recipe ideas you come up with. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining today too. What are you making with Oreos? Oh, great question. This is a Oreo hot cocoa inspired bark. So it's a cookie bark basically. So instead of doing like a regular bark where all you do is some melts or some chocolate, then you have like a layer of cookies on the bottom. And I love the crunch and flavor that they add to it too. I wish one day technology would let us taste things online. I think I just said that like last week or the week before on live because I was like, I wish I could hand you guys things through the phone so you could try them. I like the little hand hearts. That's so cute. Salt yeah. Is this a no-bake recipe? Yes, it is a no-bake recipe. Of course, you could make a cookie base if you wanted to bake something, but if you want something just super quick and really easy and just, like it's perfect last minute thing, then this is a great option for that. That's why I pretty much always have Oreos on hand if I want to do throw together something last minute that I like the taste of. So, just to recap for anybody that is just joining, yummy. Thank you so much. We're letting these set right now. I can cut these a little bit later after everything is just nice and set. But basically we have a whole layer of plain Oreos on the bottom. You could switch it up and do a different flavor if you want to. That's always really tasty as well. And then we have a mixture of our dark chocolate melts on top. And I use melts and not other stuff just because I like the consistency when they set. But if anyone wants to know the type, this is Sweet Shop Dark Melting Wafers. We did half of this, and the other half is one of my ones I'm obsessed with right now, especially for hot chocolate bombs. This is incredible. These are 1101 Chocolate Company Dark Deluxe. I bought these from the same spot from a place called Stover and Company online, and they have just a lot of great melts that really, really taste good too. Specifically this one, like I said, I don't really like snack on melts. I don't like eat things while I'm working on my treats, but I have snuck a couple of the Dark Deluxe European coating compound wafers. Because they're just they have that great dark chocolate flavor and are just fantastic. So, and then finish it off with our marshmallows and sprinkles after we smooth everything out. Like I said, we could have probably added an extra half cup. The Oreos are a little bit thicker. If you use something like a Biscoff cookie, then you could do closer to maybe 2.5 cups of melts. But with this one for the Oreos, because they have that a little bit, a little bit thicker, and they also kind of fill in the grooves and everything. So we could have done maybe 3.5 cups instead, just to make sure everything was fully covered, but they're still going to be super delicious. And of course, our mini marshmallows and sprinkles for a fun little festive touch. You can leave the sprinkles off if it's, winter, or you just want to make it for any holiday. And yeah, does anybody have any questions? My birthday was 7 minutes ago. Happy birthday! Thank you so much for joining, Lonely. I hope you have a fabulous birthday and a great birthday weekend. Oh, do we have any more questions while we're on our live? I know this one is one of those super simple, quick ones. If you want to check out the replay, if you missed anything, then just check out the live tab, and this will be up there later today. And you can check out the whole process. Hello, thank you for joining. Thank you so much. Oh, thank you so much for joining and sharing that your birthday's today with us. Thank you for your content. I hope you have a great Christmas. Oh, thank you so much, too. I hope you have a great Christmas as well. Hello, Haley, Zach, 1904. Hope you're having a good day. Thank you for joining. Let's see, any other questions or anything before we hop off our live today? Like I said, this is our last live, not only before Christmas, but also for the year. Make scary toiletries. I still don't know what that means. I will need to look that up because I've heard the term. I got no idea. But yeah, of course, if you guys have suggestions of things that you would love to see in the new year, I'm already starting to make some notes and write down some ideas for things that we want to work on next year. A lot of fun stuff. And let's see what else. We're still on our 8-week holiday series. We're ending Snowman Week this Sunday is our last day for that one. And I just posted a hot chocolate bomb last night. It might be one of my favorite hot chocolate bombs for the series, so go check that out. And what else? Next week, I know it's kind of weird because it's also Christmas at the same time, but to make sure that we got the full week up before New Year's, it's going to be New Year's week starting on Monday. But I think I might post a couple extra bonus videos for Christmas. And I also need to catch up on my advent calendar because I am super behind on that because the season went by crazy fast. Um, I cannot believe it's already Christmas in like what 5 6 days, 5 days, something like that. It's just crazy. Um, but yes, any other questions? Any other stuff to pop into the chat? Um, like I said, this one's super easy. I also did one last year that was an Oreo peppermint one. So go check that one out because that is also super tasty. I love Oreo and peppermint together. Bye. Oh, bye, dude. Thank you so much for joining today. Um, let's see. I think that's pretty much all the updates for right now. Like I said, continue watching shorts videos. There will be a little bit of a break right after the new year before we get started on our next set of stuff. But I will let you guys know. I'll keep you updated with the schedule as that comes up. But if there's any particular stuff that you'd like to see, especially for lives and stuff, we might do a couple more baking lives while the weather is still lovely and cool. So if you want to see anything in particular, let me know. But in the meantime, I hope you guys have a fabulous rest of your Friday as well as a great weekend. And Merry Christmas to all who celebrate. And I hope you have a great week next week and a very happy new year. Of course, I will still be posting stuff, but it's our last live. I'm a little bit sad. But yeah, it was so great that to see you guys today. Thank you so much for hopping in the chat and talking with me today. And yeah, I hope you guys have a great Christmas and a great New Year. And I will see you guys very soon.